Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. If you're a first timer, this is the Gamey Daddy channel where we talk about the division and we talk about a lot of industry happening. So things happening in the gaming world, you hear about it. So EA is going to Steam. And that's because I would just say it, they probably have not seen as much success as they thought when they moved to Origin exclusively with all their PC titles. Now, let's just put this out there. The way Origin would work, I think, and I think largely I'm confident, is you're going to still need Origin in order to access your EA games on Steam. So if you're thinking this is going to be a deal where you're not going to want to download another launcher, you're lying. It's just going to work like how Uplay works with Steam, where they have some kind of integration of some kind. But their statement went along the lines of them wanting to meet gamers where they were. And I think this is a landmark move for them. In fact, they've already plastered Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order pre-order on Steam. Like literally, they announced the news, boom, the pre-order thing's already there. So they've been working on the back end for such a long time. And they said they wanted to meet gamers where they were, which is a very good thing for them to do. But then I think the reason they're having to actually do this is because they've actually been very, very adept at messing things up. They threw Anthem away. They threw that game and pretty much destroyed the excitement that the community had for that game. They lost trust. They lost favor with the gaming community. And now I think they're trying to find ways to gain a big market that's already existing on Steam, which is a lesson to Epic Games. And I don't mind Epic Games. I'm not a fan of how they're doing their exclusivity model. I'm not a Steam loyalist, don't get me wrong, but I feel like if you want to run a competitive model and you have the money, instead of paying for exclusivity deals, just pay for price reduction. You know, a lot of people won't mind if they know a game is going to be good. They won't mind paying 10, 15, 20% less on your platform if you claim and deem that your platform is safe enough for them. And so that's one thing aside, Epic Games. But EA coming to Steam does show that, you know, the gaming world is more cutthroat. The gaming software industry is now more cutthroat than it probably ever was, especially for even a big company like EA, who has a huge market capital, by the way. And you know, a lot of people talked about how EA was going to start to see some market effects push and pull, but I've been following this company. I wanted to invest in EA at one time. I really did. But on a matter of principle, I just could not because of their business practices. If they kept their business practices, you know, favorable for consumers, I would have invested in them because I would have seen that there is a certain growth that comes with making your consumers happy. CD Projekt Red is going to enjoy that growth. That is a company that would definitely enjoy that kind of growth, that kind of community acceptance. Even their GOG store, I'm going to buy, you know, their games directly from there. I've been looking around at other purchases for some of their games that I want, but I want the developers to actually gain the financial reward. So I will be willing to make my purchases there because they respect their customers. So first things first is EA, when you bring your platform to Steam, I hope that you guys still have respect of customers in mind and not leading and misleading them falsely, because when they put out all the Anthem marketing, the game was still in shambles. Within EA, there were people running all over the place trying to get this game off the ground, but they still went, you know, to market with this marketing scheme and pulled a bunch of people in. And then they controlled the narrative, you know, with using EA Game Changers, which really, really made me question the respect I have for a lot of people who went and promoted the game because they were in the Game Changers program. And there was even a debacle where a content creator eventually said, you know, this game might not be what I'm talking about. And EA, you know, kind of took down their video saying it was based on some technicality, which you could see that they were panicking, because EA does have a policy where you can use their games and broadcast them and, you know, monetize them on monetizable platforms as long as you're not violating their terms of use. And so I hope that they're more sensible now and understand that the amount of money that they've poured into these video games over the past few years in marketing and all that is eventually going to start adding up. Because sure, you can say, yeah, I'll take a loss here. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Battlefield 5, you know, but eventually those dollars start to add up and shareholders and stakeholders start to get concerned. So is this the right move for them? I think it's one right step. I don't think it's the right move. The right move is to make good games, games that are marketable, games that are loved, games that are enjoyed by the community, and games that do not try to make you part with every single dollar that you have. So for them announcing no monetization on Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is very funny in a sense, because they're the ones who created this microtransaction filled fest, because, you know, soccer loving players, and I have to smack y'all in the face because I'm one of you, we are very eager about our soccer to the point where we become whales and we sponsor and support a golden goose, which is FIFA Ultimate Team. So for those who are supporting that, you know, you're adding to this whole complication. But the thing is, when market valuation starts to ask for more, Ultimate Team's not going to be enough. Now games have to be made, and I think the gamers have already made their stance. Just silently, quietly, people have voted with their wallets. They're not going on Origin, so Origin is now coming to them. So you see what the market pool does. When you hang on to you clench tight to your fist and to your wallet, these companies start to respond. Ubisoft has also taken note. EA's taking note. I think 2019 has been the year where indie games are being celebrated. Imagine a game that Obsidian made the other day is getting a lot of critical acclaim, even though there are disappointments. Yes, one game's not going to satisfy everyone, but I guarantee you EA, Ubisoft would like to see their games be released with such praise and acclaim. So this is something that I'm looking, forward to. There are some games on Origin that I would like to play. I do have an Origin account, but I don't have their Origin access. But if it's on Steam, I think it will make things quite uniform for me. It'll be convenient for me to get a game like Crysis 3, play it fully again. There are some EA games like Titanfall 2. I think I do have it on my Origin account. I think I purchased it there. But it'll be nice to have that on Steam as well to kind of play through once in a while. So there are some really good titles that have come out of EA. And I look forward to Respawn continuing to retain the favor that they've built up with the community. Even though their Apex Legends debacle was a problem, the community was not appreciative of the way they actually went in there and put all these microtransactions, and then their developers, one of the developers or somebody somewhere said, people were freeloaders and talking nonsense. Why would you put out a free-to-play game and call people freeloaders? If you wanted to charge for it, then charge for it. You're the one who came out with the free-to-play game because you saw that Fortnite was doing well, and you want to always copy everybody's business model and ruin it. That's what EA wants to do. Anthem was just a copycat of Destiny and The Division, if we just call it what it is. So I think they need to go back to originality. The licenses that they have, like the Star Wars license, they need to make good games out of that license and not focus on monetization. Instead, focus on gameplay and focus on what the communities are asking for. If they do this, then perhaps they might be able to get some more investors on board. But I don't think with the current leadership, I don't know if I can invest with those guys. I'm sorry. Maybe when that leadership changes its vision, I should put it that way. That's my most political way of putting it. Maybe when they change their vision, they might get an investor with them. But for now, I'm gonna hold on to those investor chips, and I'll see what happens with all of this. That's all I have for today. Thank you very much for your time and audience. If you enjoyed the opinion piece, feel free to subscribe, whatever notification bell, whatever comment, whatever like, whatever. I'll see you. Peace.